Hey guys. Well, tonight's episode is called Cold Wars. It's all about finding out whether Noah is a good guy or a bad guy. Matt, Sharish, and Peter have Noah tied up in a motel, and Matt keeps reading his mind, right? Going into his mind. And first he goes back 5 weeks, where Noah's sitting on a bench talking to Angela, Nathan and Peter's mother, and she's giving him his severance pay and a gold watch, and tells him to go home and stay with Claire and take care of the family and all that. Now, while he's in there, while Matt's in his mind, everything's in black and white while he's in his mind, so you know when he's in his mind and when things are, actually going on in the present. So it's in black and white when he's in his mind. And he sees him talking to the main bad guy. And he's finding out that he's trying to win over the main bad guy. He also finds out that he has spoken to Nathan about this whole capturing all of the heroes and all of this stuff. It's not the best episode, that I ever saw, really, because it's really kind of very predictable, the whole thing, how this is going on. And Nathan's assuring Noah that Claire will be safe while the big roundup starts. And he's recruiting Noah to help capture all of them. And while he's in Noah's mind, he finds out where Noah has kept all of his weapons and money for the last 15 years. And Peter goes off to get that, unknowing that the bad guys are watching this place, and they see Peter there. And they go to capture Peter, but he flies out of the space and they don't catch him. Now, Matt goes back into Noah's head again and finds out that Sharish knew about this all from the beginning. Well, we saw Noah get into Sharish's cab, and that's what Matt sees in Noah's mind, and they start arguing and fighting, and that's when Noah takes off, and he's trying to escape, and he's in a car, and then Peter lands on that car, because he flew out of that place, and lands on the car. They drag him back to that room. Matt goes back into Noah's mind again, where Noah's talking to the bad guy about the upcoming venture. And then Peter decides, well, I'm going to go kill that bad guy, that short, bald guy that is running this whole thing. So Peter goes to his apartment, breaks in, he's got a gun to his head, and he's going to shoot him. All of a sudden Nathan shows up, because no one knows Nathan can fly too. So Nathan comes flying in from another window and talks Peter out of killing the guy, because if he kills him, it'll just be proving his point that all of the heroes are dangerous and need to be rounded up and killed. So they're back to the motel, where it's now being surrounded by all of the bad guys and the SWAT outfits and all of that. And Noah tells Matt that Daphne is still alive, and says, go ahead and look at my mind if you want to see for yourself. So he does just that. Meantime, while he's doing that, the bad guys are breaking into all of the rooms in the motel. They finally break into that room, and they capture Sharish. Goes out, and while Matt's trying to find us out, he gets caught. And then they capture Matt, and but then Peter flies down, sets off like a smoke grenade, and flies off with Matt, gets him out of there. And then it switched over to a room where Nathan has Charisse tied down, like he had Tracy tied down, and he's trying to convince him that he's doing the right thing, and that if Charisse doesn't help him put together a formula that'll get rid of all the powers, that everyone's going to end up getting killed. The whole thing is about whether or not Noah's a bad guy or not. So it ends up Noah's walking along with the little bald bad guy, and he's saying, "Well, I convinced you that I'm on your side. I've got nothing else. I can't go back to my family. My wife threw me out. My daughter won't talk to me." So the little guy is saying, "Yeah, well, I think you're on board now." But then he turns around, he walks back, and he's sitting back on the park bench, talking to Angela again, saying that, "Well, I think they buy it." So there's some sort of a double cross going on. And next week's episode looks pretty colorful. I saw that it had a lot of shots of Claire and the other characters in there. There's a lot. It's in daylight and it's more colorful, and I like it that way. So that's my little synopsis for what happened this evening. I hope you all had a chance to watch it also and give your opinion. And I will thank you for your participation. I know I'm on the camera in my main room in the house, and I will, so it looks a little different. So I'll catch you back on the tube. Now I gotta get up and go turn off the camera. I'm gonna have to buy a tripod and a remote control thing. Talk to you later. Bye bye.